Hey guys, welcome back to Level 6 Math. Today we're doing Lesson 113 in our Saxon Math. This has to do with adding and subtracting mixed measures and then also multiplying powers of 10 using exponents. So first, we know that measurements can include more than one unit of measurement. We've done this before. We did this with pounds and ounces way back several lessons ago. But for example, a movie might be an hour and 40 minutes, and if we add other hours and minutes, it's not out of 100, it's out of 60 minutes, and so adding that up is different than adding normal numbers. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. So let's look at this hike. A hike from the trailhead took an hour and 50 minutes. The return trip took an hour and 40 minutes. So how many hours and minutes were the hike? Well, we can easily add 1 hour and 1 hour, but it's the 50 and 40 that become problematic. If we add an hour and 50 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes, we can add up the minutes first and we get 90 minutes. Now we know 90 minutes is an hour and a half. It's 1 hour is 60 minutes plus 30 more minutes. And so we're going to have to mentally do that to determine what that is. Now we can take that 1 hour and add it to the hour column, and then we've got 30 minutes left. So we can take that 90 minutes and do an hour and 30 minutes, and now we just add it up. We've got 30 minutes here, 1, 2, 3 hours, 3 hours and 30 minutes is the total time. All right, let's do a different one, this time with feet and inches. So if Tyrone reached as high as he could on a vertical leap, and his normal reach is 6 foot 9 inches. So that's how much he can reach without jumping. He puts the chalk on his fingertips and jumps as high as he can and slaps the wall. And at the top it says 8 feet 7 inches. So now we're going to look at a difference, right? How high off the ground did he leap? We're going to take the higher distance, 8 feet 7, subtract the lower distance, 6 foot 9. So if we line those up, we have 8 foot 7 and 6 foot 9. Now you can't subtract 9 inches from 7 inches because it's a bigger number. So what we'll do is what we've done in the past. We'll take 1 foot and change it to 7 feet instead of 8 feet. So we'll take that extra foot and convert it to inches, which is 12 more inches. We'll add those 12 inches to the 7 we have and make 19. Now we can easily subtract. 19 minus 9 is 10, and now 7 minus 6 is 1. So our answer is 1 foot, 10 inches. All right, so you just have to do, we've done this before, we just haven't done it with these kinds of measurements. Now, moving on to the second part of the lesson, we're going to look at the powers of 10. This is a kind of easy thing to do. Multiplying by powers of 10 doesn't change the digits, it only changes the place value. So what's going to happen is for every power, we're just going to move the digit over 1. Because when we multiply by 10, we simply move the digit over once, right? And so 1.2 times 10, we just move it over to there and it'd be 12, right? 1.2 times 10 is 12. But if we have it to 10 to the third power, we can move it over 3 digits. So if we have 1.2, we take it, we go 1, 2, 3. Then of course we have to add the zeros to those blank spots. So we get an answer of 1200. And we could do that 10 to the 9th power, we'd move it over 9 digits. Write 6.2 times 10 to the second in standard notation. So again, if we're just moving it 2, we go 1, 2, we've got 1 extra space to fill, so we get 620. Easy peasy. Sometimes powers of 10 are named with words instead of numbers. For example, we might read the population of Hong Kong is 6.8 million. So 6.8 million is the same as 6.8 times 1 million. We can write this by shifting the decimal 6 places. Now, how do you know to move it 6 places? I don't know. But we can do that. So maybe it's because a million has 6 digits. So if you just move it over 6 times, then you get the 6.8 million. Write half a billion in standard notation. So we're going to take the half a billion and write the 1/2 as a decimal 0.5. So now we have 0.5 times a billion. And 0.5 times a billion is 500 million. And we just write it out that way. How can we write 500 million using the powers of 10? Easy. 5 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 zeros, so it'd just be 10 to the 8th power. And that should do it. Go ahead and get started on your homework. Not too tricky today. All right, bye-bye.